Okay, hello there, Aaron here, hope you're doing alright. Yesterday I saw over on Rick McDonald's channel the new announcement for the BookTube Spin, number 6, and I thought this time I'd get in on it. It's the first time I've ever tried to do the BookTube Spin. To be totally honest, actually, I had no idea what it was or how it worked for quite a long time, but I've been quietly watching and trying to just get used to it and see how it works, and I'm fairly comfortable with the idea now. Maybe it's embarrassing how long it's taken to, but anyway, so I have 20 books here that I'm going to I've got all numbered up, and I'll go through them, and then on Friday when the two numbers are drawn, then I'll see which two books I'll be reading for the BookTube Spin. So yeah, I'll just go through them there. Yeah, there's a nice sort of mix of different kinds of books in terms of size and genre and whatever. And there's one book in here that's just a kind of dam buster, really. It's just going to destroy any any plans I had for my reading. But yeah, we'll get to that in a bit. So the first book I've got here is Vertigo by W.G. Sebald. And I've enjoyed his writing before in the past. I really love The Rings of Saturn, and I've got this and Austerlitz here, so I'm going to start off with this and then move on to Austerlitz as well. Number 2 then, we have The Castle by Franz Kafka, which is, I've never read any of Kafka's novels, and this comes up a lot as a book that I'd like to read and just haven't yet. So yeah, it'd be nice if that got drawn. Number 3 is The Imposter and Other Stories by Silvina Campo. I'm planning to read this soon anyway. It's a collection of short stories. I've just finished actually my little allotment of Borges I've given myself for the time being. So I'm going to put Borges over to one side, and I'm planning to pick up Silvina Campo, but if the spin so we'll get something else, then we'll get something else. Number 4 is the Monk by Matthew Lewis. I'll just get the title page up for you. The Monk by Matthew Lewis in this rather fetching Folio Society edition. I think it's the only Folio Society book I own, and that'll be a reread for me, but it's one I'd like to give another go and see what I think of it a few years after the last time I read it. Number 5 is Justine by Lawrence Durrell. I don't really know much about it, but it's just kind of an impulse thing. When I picked it up, it sounded interesting, and I just haven't got around to reading it yet, so it'd be cool to give that one a go. Number 6 is some essays by Louise Gluck. It's American Originality. I think I was trying to say both words at once then. I've enjoyed her poetry recently, so it'd be good to sort of get some of the ideas behind whether it's other poets or why she writes poetry or what she thinks poetry is. It'd be cool to read about. Oh no, my pile just fell over. 1 second. Okay. And then speaking of poetry, we've got a poetry collection here called Souls of the Labadee Tract by Susan Howe, one that's been on the shelf for a while, and it sounds interesting. It's about tracing the history of a utopian commune in sort of 17th century America, I think. So yeah, sounds very much its own thing. Number 8 is The Two Towers by J.R.R. Tolkien. This is one that I've been, I read Fellowship of the Ring, or reread Fellowship of the Ring earlier this year, and I want to finish Lord of the Rings by the end of June anyway, but if that one gets selected, then it'll just be a sign to speed up, I suppose, with Lord of the Rings. Number 9, we've got Lupercal by Ted Hughes, his second poetry collection, and I read his first poetry collection towards the end of last year and enjoyed it. So yeah, I think I'm going to track my way through his career, sort of just slowly. That'll be interesting to see. Then we've got The Beast in the Jungle, number 10 by Henry James, the little post-it note kind of gets in the way. So just little novella things, so that can slide in quite easily with whatever I'm reading at any point. So yeah, that's why that's in there. Number 11, we've got The Captain's Daughter by Alexander Pushkin, which, yeah, Pushkin is just one of those big writers that I just haven't got around to reading yet. So yeah, hopefully even if it doesn't get selected, I'll get around to Pushkin soon. Then we've got some more poetry. We have Edwin Muir, and it's his selected poems, selected by T.S. Eliot. Then we have number 13, Mrs. Dalloway by Virginia Woolf. I think I have read some Virginia Woolf, maybe when I was about 17, but I can't really remember the impression that she had on me. I can't really remember what I read either, but I'm fairly sure I read something. And I've always been meaning to go back and give her novels a go, but I just haven't yet. Number 14 is Flowers of Evil by Baudelaire, which I've dipped into a little bit but never read the whole way through. Number 15 is The Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad. Conrad is an author that I've really enjoyed before in the past, so looking forward to getting into more Conrad. Then we've got Ariel by Sylvia Plath, and I'm hoping to reread Ariel maybe not every year, but maybe every other year, something like that, because yeah, it's just one of those books that I just really enjoy every time I go back to it, and so yeah, I think I'm going to make that a habit, even if this doesn't get selected, to try and read Ariel at least every other year. And then here's my Dam Buster book, my TBR Buster book, and it's just the first 2 volumes of Remembrance of Things Past by Proust. Maybe it's not the best sort of setting to include Proust in, with this kind of time constraints. It's probably better to go nice and slowly with it at a leisurely pace. But yeah, I just thought it'd be funny to put Proust in there. And yeah, maybe I wouldn't finish those 2 volumes in time if they were selected, but I'm sure it'd be good anyway. Then at number 18 is The Idiot by Dostoevsky. Again, like The Castle by Franz Kafka, it's just one of those books I've had on the shelf for a long time, and I've talked about wanting to read them so much and just haven't yet. So again, it'd be, if it does get selected, it'd be just a good choice. And then number 19, we have The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. So again, this would be another reread. And I enjoyed it the first time round. I think I prefer Plath's poetry, but I wanted to revisit the Bell Jar and just to see what it's like a few years later. And then the last one, number 20, is The Master and Margarita by Mikhail Bulgakov. So there we go. That's 20 books. There are going to be 2 numbers drawn on Friday, and yeah, I'm looking forward to see which 2 books are going to just destroy any reading plans I had beforehand. But there we go. They're the books. I'm looking forward to seeing what other people are planning to read. But yeah, that's it for today. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.